Welcome to UBC's second edition of UBC News Tonight with me, Maureen Bavidie, at 10 p.m. In our first report tonight, President Yoweri Museveni has appreciated the work of faith-based institutions, especially in key areas of health, education, wealth creation, and building the moral integrity and discipline of citizens. This was a message to His Excellency Ruto delivered by the Vice President, Major Retired Jessica Alupo, during the consecration and enthronement of Reverend Father Dr. Vitalis Job Ekuru as the 4th Anglican Bishop of Katakwa Diocese in Busia County, Kenya. The solemn ceremony, presided over by the Archbishop of Anglican Church of Kenya, Jackson Ole Sapit, was graced by President William Ruto, Uganda's Vice President Jessica Alupo, and other senior church leaders and political dignitaries. President Ruto congratulated the new bishop and pledged to continue working with the church to deliver services to Kenyans.
Mimi jirani yenyu naitwa Alupo Jessica, Vice President wa Uganda. Araengo ako kusi na chikusi jakusi aidunye tene pene elomunito Uganda yoga bune railib yalama ijao ni so lakara so noi ejoke deke. Your Excellency, allow me to congratulate the Right Reverend John Vitalis Ekuru upon being consecrated and enthroned today as the 4th Bishop of Katakwa Diocese. Yalamiksi Bishop Loitetet, Bapa Isingesakan, Karek Singesi. Your Excellency, I bring you warm greetings from His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, and Mama Janet Kataha Museveni, the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports. Natuma usalam natoka kwa His Excellency wa Uganda kwenyu wote watu wa Kenya. Si munajua rais wa Uganda is a very good friend to all the people of Africa, including the people of Kenya. Your Excellency, I thank the Diocese of Katakwa under the leadership of the former Bishop John Okude and now the new Bishop Vitalis Ekuru, together with all the leadership in the Katakwa Diocese when you are in those districts. And that means that the people of Uganda and the people of Kenya are connected by blood.
Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais wa nchi jirani, marafiki zetu wa kutoka Uganda, Mheshimiwa Jessica Alupo, Baba wetu Askofu Mkuu Jackson Ole Sapit, Askofu wetu mpya brand new wa jimbo hili la Katakwa Vitalis Job Ekuru, ndugu wananchi wote wa hapa Busia na Teso, hamjambo. Busia yoga. Yoga osi. Ingalete osi. Emuria koliae. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hebu mnisalimie hivyo. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Askofu Vitalis. Congratulations my friend, na karibu katika uongozi wa taifa letu la Kenya ukianza hapa Katakwa. Nataka tu nikueleze ya kwamba kama mmoja wa viongozi katika taifa letu la Kenya unakaribishwa tushirikiane, and I want to commit to you my friendship and partnership to work together for the great people of this diocese.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
The 2026 Jalsa Salana UK has concluded with the worldwide head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community calling upon believers to serve humanity with conviction and promote love, peace and harmony across religious and cultural boundaries. The three-day international convention converged worshippers from different parts of the world for prayer, spiritual reflection and discussions on major challenges facing humanity. Take a look.
The final day of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Convention in the UK opened with a Pledge of Allegiance, during which members of the community renewed their commitment to God and pledged to live according to the teachings of Islam. The ceremony symbolizes spiritual renewal, obedience to God, moral discipline, and a commitment to serve humanity under the guidance of the Khalifa. In his closing address, His Holiness expressed concern over what he described as continued moral degeneration of society. He warned that materialism, intolerance, and erosion of moral responsibility were weakening families and communities, and urged believers to remain firmly grounded in faith, truth, compassion, and respect for others.
Friends from shirk, and also doesn't want, he follows God not because he fears to be burnt, but also just only to get close to God Almighty. If you don't have this approach in your worship, then you can never be a true muwahid, or you can never be saved.
He also renewed his long-standing global call for peace, urging governments, religious leaders, and international institutions to replace confrontation with dialogue and pursue justice among political, military, and economic interests. He called for love and harmony not only among the Ahmadiyya, but among people of all religions and communities. On his part, the missionary in charge of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in Uganda said that the gathering had demonstrated that peaceful coexistence among people of different religions, cultures, and nationalities was possible.
Demonstration that in spite of numerous differences, still to live together in peace and harmony is possible. So this is a demonstration to which I will actually expose my people when I go back to Uganda, that in spite of our differences, still we can come together and live in peace as one human society.
This year's Jalsa Salana UK was attended by more than 51,000 people, with proceedings transmitted live to audiences in 62 countries.
From the UK back here, the Right Reverend Edia Paul Lucinda Chizito has urged the church, families and communities to take a critical role in grooming children and nurturing a morally upright generation. He says the values instilled in children at home, in the church and with their communities play a significant role in shaping their character and behavior. The bishop was speaking during a confirmation service at St. John Kazinga Church of Uganda in Bweyogerere, Mukono district.
Confirmation is a stage in the Christian journey through which believers publicly affirm their faith and commit themselves to living according to Christian teaching and values. Over 100 youths at St. John Kazinga Church of Uganda in Boyogere Mukono district have been confirmed. The newly confirmed youths committed themselves to strengthening their faith and upholding values such as discipline, responsibility, and respect for others. The Right Reverend Elia Paul Luzinda Chizito said moral character of children is influenced by environment in which they grow.
Here being prepared to go out and to testify for the goodness of the Savior and profess openly how God loved you, me, so much so that he gave his only begotten Son for the purposes of your salvation. Always to have salvation. Amidst all these challenges, that you stick to the faith. That you can say openly and firmly that I'm a believer and I'm a victor.
Bishop further urged the newly confirmed youths to remain committed to their faith and allow Christian values to guide their conduct both at home and in the community.
Instead of walking in the appropriate ways, they opted for just paths, uncertainty, anxiety. So this is the situation, and this is where I think we need to be one.
The parish priest, Reverend Canon Lubega Chisachi, appealed parents and wider community to instill values that strengthen families.
Means that they are strengthened to follow what their godparents promised for them at baptism. When we train them, we help them to understand the work of the Holy Spirit in their lives, and also we will be with them.
Susanna, good day. Michael Bakablindi for UBC News.
Religious leaders have appealed to government to strengthen collaboration with faith-based institutions to accelerate the country's economic transformation in line with the 4th National Development Plan. The appeal was made by the president of the Kampala Laity Lugbara Association, Adima Pastore Amayo, during the ordination of Reverend Father Vincent Afimani at Lugazi Cathedral Parish.
As Uganda implements the 4th National Development Plan, religious leaders say faith institutions remain key partners in mobilizing communities and promoting values that support national development. National Development Plan 4 seeks to drive sustainable industrialization, full monetization of the economy, and inclusive economic growth.
Government can concentrate in helping the communities through their community leaders. The achievement of economic transformation for all the citizens of Uganda can be a mile away. And it is only through these community leaders the community members can be empowered economically. So this is my strong message today. When the community members are energized, they are transformed, as the vision of our President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in economic transformation and ideology, as a very good ideologist in the transformation of this Ugandan economy.
During his ordination and first Thanksgiving Mass, Reverend Father Vincent Afimani reflected on his journey to the priesthood.
It was through going like attending several masses, and by then I used to sit in front, and whenever the priest could raise his hands like this, I could feel like I could feel like I was being called by God that I should come in front, I should come to the altar and serve his people.
Church leaders and Christians congratulated the newly ordained priest.
He should be very close to the young people. That is how vocations come.
This time to thank each and every person who has contributed towards this family. All the hands that touched Father Vincent Afimani. As his motto says, he is whom he is because of God's grace.
We pray that this grace of God, so powerful, even to change hard-hearted people like Paul, may accompany our Father Vincent Afimani throughout his priesthood, that he may be a great priest in the service of the Lord.
Susan Nabugode for UBC News.
In more news, State Minister for Defense and Veteran Affairs, Huda Oleru, has called for a joint effort with South Sudan security organs to promote dialogue among border communities. She was speaking during the close of the cross-border security meeting at Hotel La Confidential in Vora Town Council, Arua District.
Regular dialogue between our communities, cultural institutions, and local government. I am aware at that level, because last year in November, IGAD organized a training for our communities, both from Katpej and Yumbe and Moyo. It was a meeting that took place in Moyo for around 3 days, and they were trying to teach our people, and we shall encourage those ones to continue. And that one, the government will support. We will work together to combat cattle theft and other cross-border crimes that have been there. Let's reduce them. If possible, let us eliminate them. And it is very possible. If we don't want them, they will not happen. We will continue advocating for investments in roads, markets, education, and any other thing that is better for our people. Those are some of the things that we are going to do to see that our border communities continue to enjoy a cordial relationship, better economic developments, and general development within the two communities. I therefore request from today, by the end of this meeting, let's form committees. Let us form religious committees. Let's form the cultural committees. When you bring the whole of Koku community and the whole of Yumbe community, we cannot make 1% of the total population of Uganda and South Sudan. But we are here. So kindly, my brothers, my elders, my fathers, let's stop what we have been doing. Let's do better thing, and we develop. Let our markets, the border markets, be opened. Let the schools be shared.
Ugandans have been urged to embrace the monthly National Cleaning Day campaign, with government describing the initiative as a symbol of patriotism, nationalism, and love for the country. The call was made by Attorney General Dr. Sam Mayanja during the 3rd anniversary celebrations of Gospel Messengers of Holiness and Righteousness Church in Mityana District. Take a look.
The Attorney General Dr. Sam Mayanja has called upon Ugandans to embrace the national cleaning exercise voluntarily, because a clean environment reflects responsibility and commitment to national development.
This is the day which has proved to whoever, in English we say to all and sundry, that President Museveni has the entire country behind him. Because by a declaration he made a few days ago, that this last Saturday of the month shall be a day for cleaning, from morning up to 10 a.m. Let people turn up to clean. Leave your business aside, leave your appointments aside, and clean the cities, the towns, and the villages. Today, people turned up without a gunpoint, without anybody being forced, but out of the love for their country and out of respect and support for President Museveni. They turned up in their great numbers and cleaned their city, cleaned their towns, clean their villages.
This was during celebrations making 3 years of Gospel Messengers of Holiness and Righteousness Church in Ibukumula Chiriocha, Mityana district. Dr. Mayanja encouraged citizens to supporting the campaign, where collective responsibility is essential in maintaining a clean and healthy environment.
Shows, and let it be known to all and sundry that whole country is behind Yoweri Kaguta Museveni as the president of Uganda, and as reflected in the just ended elections. That's great.
During the church anniversary celebration, Dr. Mayanja congratulated the congregation for 3 years of growth and urged members to remain thankful for the progress achieved.
This great gathering you have seen here, it is a demonstration of the freedom of worship being enjoyed in this country. 3 years ago, we agreed with Pastor Kabona, who is our head in the gospel in our gospel messengers of holiness and righteousness all over the country, that we shall start a church here in memory of my father, with whom they started this Pentecostal movement. To use it as a center to transform lives, to lift people's burdens, to break people's yokes, to set people free.
The main pastor of Gospel Messengers and Holiness and Righteousness Church, Pastor Sam Mukisa, says the church plans to establish a vocational training institute to equip young people in practical skills for self-employment and economic development.
Lift up our hands, to lift up our voice, to say, Lord, thank you. Thank you for our nation. Thank you for our leaders.
Susan Nabugude and Jamil Sekaja for UBC News.
In more news, the 12th Parliament has commemorated its 4th annual malaria walk, which happens once a year, organized by the Uganda Parliamentary Forum on Malaria. The walk was graced by the Deputy Speaker of the 12th Parliament, Honourable Thomas Tayebwa, who walked 5 kilometers from Parliament to Wandegeya and back. This year's focus was on malaria in schools and protecting children's health. Several legislators, schools, institutions, ministries joined the walk to end malaria in schools.
Malaria out! Today we have come to Parliament to start the malaria walk, and it was a successful event. The reason for this walk is to create awareness among the citizens of Uganda, but most importantly the schools within the country, to understand that malaria is one of the biggest killers of our children, and we need to embrace the treatment of this malaria very seriously. One of the solutions we have come up with as Parliament is to first and foremost make sure that schools are fully stocked with good laboratories and the right medication.
Today, as you see, we have been working to create awareness on a monster that is underestimated in our communities, that is called malaria. Many people look at malaria as one of the smallest or weakest diseases because of how it starts with a small temperature. Different people start it differently. And you can walk into a pharmacy or a drug shop and pick yourself a few drugs. But I also want to tell you that malaria is a monster that can kill you in a way you do not understand.
We have at least minimum laboratory standards for testing in our schools. Because there are schools which can even afford. Okay? There are those which can afford. I don't usually say we must wait, we get the budget for all schools. No, but those which can afford. And then can we also make it a policy so that we don't lose these young souls. So I really want to thank you. And as part of our commitment, we are going to make it even much bigger.
To say thank you, Asante Sana.
The COVID-19 pandemic claimed lives, crippled economies, and disrupted the education of millions of Ugandans and children. While many schools reopened after the lockdowns, others never recovered. In Apache municipality, the faith-based school closed long after the pandemic. Today, Pag Comprehensive School has reopened to offer renewed hope for learners and their families.
For years, these classrooms were empty. School bells fell silent, and a once thriving institution was a victim of the COVID-19 pandemic. Today, the silence has ended with the learners, teachers and church leaders and parents having renewed hope of returning to the school. They are celebrating the school's official reopening with the hymns and skits.
And we are here to say thank you. You resurrected. You brought back to life this particular school.
The deputy presiding bishop, Reverend Alex Ojera, blessed the reopening, warning against commercializing learning.
Never place profit before people. There are other forms of profits that school will bring to us far greater than money. The moment we become commercial, we are going to ignore the more important thing: soul of people, the behavior of people, and the future of our nation.
Apache Municipal Inspector of Schools Philip Oneki says nearly 8 schools in the district never recovered after COVID-19.
We are happy that it has now come back and it is doing well. The faith-based schools are always very important because the directors and then the Christians in that mission are always committed and they are very supportive. They don't want their schools at least to cripple down.
Today we are here to celebrate the expansion of this family with open arms and open hearts.
The head teacher, Tono Nye, says the school reopened in 2023 with just 26 learners. The enrollment has grown to 385 and the school produced 4 of Apache District's top performing candidates last year.
And that is the reason as to why today we are having a population of our students to the tune of 385.
PAG Uganda Board Chairperson Charles Ogang says the church is renewing its commitment to education.
We need more schools with a foundation of PAG, which will be in education and spiritually grounded, so that we become part of those who are contributing to the development of this country.
As Uganda rebuilds from the pandemic, PAG Comprehensive School is a reminder that education is about restoring hope, values and the future of a generation. Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
Thank you, Eddie Olwa, for that report. Now from Apache, we head to the Western region, where the NRM Vice Chairperson for Mbarara District, also Kashari North Constituency Member of Parliament, Musinguzi Patrick, has urged Ugandans to take the upcoming LC1 chairperson elections seriously, describing grassroots leaders as the foundation of Uganda's leadership structure.
Honorable Musinguzi made the remarks while meeting NRM LC1 chairperson flag bearers at Rubindi, Ruhumba Town Council in Mbarara District.
These are representatives or NRM flag bearers for LC1. Local council 1 elections.
During the meeting, Musinguzi extended financial support worth 25 million shillings to help the flag bearers prepare for the LC1 elections scheduled 28th July 2026.
I got involved in the elections. I know what it means. Wherever you move, people will ask for fuel, people will ask for soda, people will ask for water as a gesture. So I realized the movement had come up. They tried to do whatever they could, but I also said, as a member of parliament, I need to give a helping hand to these people because I know what it means.
The Kashari North legislator said LC1 leaders play a critical role in connecting communities with government programs and ensuring effective leadership at the grassroots.
We must take it seriously because that's why even the government gazetted the day as a public holiday. So I urge all people who are out there to ensure that they mobilize, they vote chairperson for movement, and they should come and vote massively in big numbers.
Honorable Musinguzi says electing capable LC1 leaders is essential in strengthening service delivery and accountability at the community level.
People are ready, we are mobilizing. The NRM chairman moved around, I was not around. He moved around, he has been mobilizing with the team. I have a strong belief that people are going to vote massively.
The flag bearers pledged to participate in a peaceful, free and fair electoral process while calling on residents to maintain peace before, during and after the elections.
In Malaria district we have some challenges about electoral commission, because you see some officials of electoral commission have some problems about our flag bearers. So I have to go and see our DSO plus the other DC and see how we solve that challenge.
They said unity and tolerance will be key in ensuring credible grassroots elections.
And all I do, I wish them well, because the offices that they are taking upon, they are very serious and sensitive places to handle.
Untidiness in school kitchens has forced some learners to either starve or carry packed meals from home, avoiding food prepared in unhygienic conditions. At Coach Goma Secondary School in Noya District, students rejected school meals, citing fears of contracting foodborne illnesses from what they described as an unsafe and sanitary kitchen environment.
Innocent Nancy Piloya, a senior 4 student, joined the institution 3 years ago.
It was my father who brought me in that school. I found people being served in this kitchen.
Upon her arrival, she was dismayed by the state of school kitchen, where students' meals were being prepared for.
Even though the kitchen, the head cook, or these cooks tried themselves to at least do their level best to clean inside, it will not look like you have cleaned even.
The kitchen was very dusty, okay? And if you are cleaning, you really feel the dust.
This situation compelled her to carrying food from home instead.
For the first 1 week, I have failed to eat in the school. I was always coming with my packed lunch from home.
The kitchen was not only untidy but also filled with smoke, which reportedly caused the head cook to develop a nasal illness.
We used to really suffer from the smoke. And one of our staff, particularly the head cook really suffered from health problems, particularly the nose, and she even spent a lot of money.
At the time, the school rallied on traditional cooking methods that consumed heavy firewood, producing thick smoke and ash, endangering students' health while degrading the surrounding environment.
We used to spend a lot on firewood, like 8 trips per term. And currently, the price of the firewood is 330, including transport. Then the 330,000 shillings, if you multiply by 8 trips, will bring up to about 2,640,000 shillings in a term. That is when we spend on firewood.
The Ministry of Local Government, through the Local Climate Adaptive Living Facility project funded by the United Nations Capital Development Fund, provided the school with energy-saving stoves.
As I talk, it has reduced to only 5 trips, okay? And if you do it mathematically, it is 1,650,000. That means we have saved 990,000 shillings. That is almost 1 million, which is really grateful. And in a school setting like this, if you can save 1 million of shillings, it can help the school a lot.
At first we felt like we are supposed to at least dance, and then we should enter inside, and then we keep on eating. And even right now, if I am to go and get my food, I feel like I have not to shift from that kitchen to other place for eating. I feel like I have to get my food, enter inside, and then continue eating.
Governments across East and Central Africa are under pressure to make menstrual products more affordable by scrapping taxes on sanitary pads and investing more in menstrual health services. The demands emerged at the close of the Bleeding Point Dialogue, where young people, health experts and policy makers called for urgent action.
Delegates challenged governments to move beyond policy commitments and ensure menstrual health strategies are fully funded, implemented and monitored. Weak implementation, inadequate funding and limited awareness continue to undermine progress despite existing policies.
You have a responsibility over your own life by seeking for the right services. Self-medication is not well encouraged amongst our spaces, okay? So you have to go to the person who has a bit more knowledge on helping you make that decision. To either do exercise or feed better or actually make a decision to take the tablets that you're taking.
A call for more school counselors, nurses, changing rooms, sick bays and free menstrual products in public schools to improve girls' health and school attendance was highlighted.
To come and share with us, I believe there are certain things that were not clear for some of us in terms of policy, and at least you have been able to understand that there is something that has been done. And I want us to clap for our governments for the steps that they are taken, and I know that there is still progress, and we still hope that things are going to become better. But also in terms of the menstrual health, I want to call upon our governments as we move this journey. There are things that we can do, I think, with immediate effect. One, and I think that is my biggest ask for today, that can we at least remove those taxes on those parts?
Development partners were also asked to increase funding for menstrual health and mental well-being, with stakeholders proposing a review meeting in 12 months to measure progress and hold leaders accountable.
To ensure that they devote their policies, they adequately budget for them. And the second thing that came out was the provision of free pads. Egypt, this is happening in Kenya, that all other countries should also start providing free pads, especially in public schools. And then also to remove taxes on pads. Pads are increasingly expensive, and their affordability, even to someone using the urban area, is becoming a.
For UBC News, I am Sudat Kaye.
Ugandans have been urged to embrace research and innovation for sustainable development of the country. This was said by Professor Wamala Robert, representing the Vice-Chancellor of Makerere University, during the book launch titled Supporting Systematic Reviews and Other Evidence Synthesis Methodologies, a Librarian's Toolkit at Makerere University Library.
Professor Wamala Edward urged Ugandan innovators and academia to embrace research and innovation to advance evidence synthesis for sustainable development.
Makerere University, and like any other university, there are three major roles. Okay, number one is teaching, number two is research, and three is community engagement. And so we not only teach, but also do research, and part of the things that reflect in that research are things like documenting.
UFA's Associate Professor Alison Chinengere and Adrian Nyamwiza highlighted that the book empowers librarians for evidence-based synthesis research.
We focused it on the librarians, but actually even the researchers can find it very useful because it supports the the new researchers, because it talks about the evidence synthesis methodologies and what kind of methodology is right for their research projects.
Smart reviews is on the way to go. Wherever we need evidence, we have to get it from smart reviews. Policymakers cannot do anything without consulting smart reviews. Clinicians, to judge, to know which kind of medicine to use, they have to use smart reviews where they get meta-analysis and policy briefs.
The Principal College of Health Sciences, Makerere University, Professor Bruce Chirenga encouraged innovators to embrace skills and reading habits.
In Kasangati, the Inspector of Schools, Mary Chizito Nakazi, has urged schools to place equal emphasis on nurturing learners' talents and skills alongside academic excellence. She was representing the Wakiso District Education Officer during the 6th Sports Day of St. Philomena Junior School in Kasangati, Nangabo Sub-County, Wakiso District. We have a report.
For years, the Ministry of Education and Sports has promoted co-curricular activities through the integration of physical education into the school curriculum to ensure learners achieve a balanced development in academics and extracurricular activities. St. Philomena Junior School in Kasangati held its 6th Annual Sports Day, featuring abilities in sporting and co-curricular activities. The annual event featured a colorful march past before pupils showcased their abilities, reflecting the Ministry of Education and Sports commitment to holistic learner development. Representing Wakiso District Education Officer, the Inspector of Schools in Kasangati Town Council Mary Kizito Nakazi encouraged the school proprietors and administrators to provide adequate space and opportunities for learners to develop their talents.
So we are not only looking at the activities done in class, but we are also looking at what our learners, what our children are able to do outside the class in developing their talents, in developing their skills, and also how the school is supporting them. We trained these learners. You've seen them, even the nursery kids were able to move as directed. So it's really a good performance. They built an arena, meaning that from the start they had it within their mind that they have to develop the talents, they had to develop sports, so the students have the space to do all the activities that they can do. It's really enough space to accommodate so many different activities. So I even urge other schools that have space and they can actually have such fields.
The director of St. Philomena Junior School, Honorable Osire Anyuk, said building a child's future is a shared responsibility between schools and parents.
Building the talent of a child is a shared responsibility. The school has a role to play and the parent has a role to play. I want to appreciate so much my parents of St. Philomena Junior School Kasangati for playing their part as parents. And I also want to appreciate the coaches who have participated, who have ensured that our children today perform. They have tremendously performed very well. And
Honorable Anyuk noted that sports keep learners healthy, disciplined, and physically fit.
We only look at the academics, but we also look at the talent of the child. You realize that when a child is participating in such activities, a child is very active, a child is healthy, a child becomes strong. So making a child actually participate in such activities is a good thing, and I want to encourage all parents. Sometimes the ones who have been given the authority or the right to actually support the child end up leaving these children who are talented, and they bring out people who are not even in school. But you see, these children can get scholarships in school through their talents. But the most important thing is, where are we as government?
The celebrations also featured patriotic performances, Wholful Houses, St. Teresa, St. Mark, St. Juliana, and St. Peter competed in football, bicycle racing, bottle filling, chair turning, and other games.
Our work now is to identify these talents when these children are still young, so that they compete favorably with others. You have seen, we have one of the bikers. By the way, he's on the national team of the riders, not the bike riders. That one is a government property already.
I'm Ivan Joko, reporting for UBC.
From there, parents have been urged to protect children from abuse and support practical education that nurtures innovation and self-reliance. The call was made during Exposition Day at Jericho Junior School in Deje.
Finally, I said the Lord has done it.
State Attorney Rita Kasana has condemned defilement, rape and other abuses that deny children the opportunity to grow and achieve their potential. She urged government to create more employment opportunities to reduce crime and social vices.
You realize that most of the cases we are handling in this country are concerning defilement. But why do you think defilement is too much? as parents, we have lessened responsibilities of caring for our dear children. Then when it comes to men, I don't know where your problem is coming in from. Men, please, I'm calling upon you to deter from such acts.
Jericho Junior School Management said the institution is shifting from traditional classroom learning to a skills-based education model that equips learners with innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship.
These things are really helping them such that when they finish education, they are going to be powerful, useful citizens who are really not going to be there to lack anything, but they will always be there to earn a living.
Equipping our children with different skills, and that's why we have a theme here, hands that dream, hands that build, that our children now can build. They can use their hands. They are skilled. On top of getting the knowledge, they are also skilled, that they can do different things using their own skills, their own hands.
Parents welcomed the initiative, while learners said the practical skills have boosted their confidence and inspired them to pursue self-employment.
It can be used in our homes, bedrooms, and in any place. They are used to beautify our environment. They are our Mother Nature, please. So they can be.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Like a daily bando, like a daily bando, like a daily bando. Omuliro nguwulira muli mu mutima kukankana like drums. Kalakata, kalakata, enendungu ya kusabula. Mikono juu, free of fire, free of fire, free of fire.
The Secretary General of the National Resistance Movement, Right Honorable Richard Todwang, on behalf of the NRM National Chairman, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, congratulates all NRM village chairpersons and women council flag bearers who were elected to contest in village elections. In the same spirit, the NRM Secretary General reminds all party supporters across the country to note and massively participate in the following important activities. On Wednesday, the 22nd of July 2026, all NRM supporters are reminded to attend barazas in their villages for final mobilization. On Thursday, the 23rd of July, women above 18 years are to elect women council committees in all villages across the country, while voting for village chairpersons will take place on Tuesday, the 28th of July 2026. Please note, all flag bearers of NRM, LC1 chairpersons and women councils are reminded that from the 11th to the 14th of July 2026 is their endorsement by parish registrars, while nomination by the National Electoral Commission is scheduled for the 15th to the 19th of July 2026. We have seen what peace and stability under the NRM government can do. Vote for NRM flag bearers. Vote for progress.
Dear colleagues and students, my name is Dr. Winfred Kabumbuli, the Dean of Students, Makerere University, a premier university in Uganda. It is with great pleasure that I invite you to the East African Debating Championships 2026 here at Makerere University. Come and engage in critical thinking, vibrant debate, but most importantly, the East African unity. I am looking forward to welcoming you here and hosting you at Makerere University in Kampala. Karibuni.
MTN voice bundle. Ay. Load. Hey. Hello, Mama. Hey, it is me, your son, of you. Hey, now, Mama, listen to me. MTN has the offer. Yes, it has the offer. You load from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Now they have free MTN to MTN minutes. And those minutes are there all day. So you load, you'll thank me later. Hey, mama.
Load an MTN voice bundle between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. and get 3 free MTN to MTN minutes valid all day. Dial *100 *21 hash and get your free minutes bully daily. Free your fire with free minutes from MTN. Together, our connection is unstoppable. MTN.
The Uganda People's Defense Forces invites you to the second edition of the UPDF CDF Inter-Forces Drill Competition. Join us on Tuesday, 25th August 2026 at the Kololo Ceremonial Grounds for an electrifying showcase of precision drill, synchronized formations, discipline, and military excellence. Under the theme Precision, Discipline, and Cohesion, Pillars of National Resilience and Transformation. Witness UPDF formations battle for the coveted Inter-Forces Drill Championship. Who will take the crown? Will it be the Land Forces, Air Force, Special Forces Command, Field Artillery, Motorized Infantry, Marines Brigade, Directorate of Women Affairs, Military Police, or one of the 1st to 5th Divisions? The event will be presided over by the Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. For more information, call 0392 947 455.
Welcome back from the break. News Tonight continues. Now, the Ministry of Water and Environment, Department of Meteorological Services has urged farmers to utilize the climate information that is provided on a quarterly basis. The principal meteorologist in the Ministry of Water and Environment, Haji Abubakar Kalema, emphasizes that climate information is important for farmers.
This year, 2026, the country has experienced a prolonged dry spell that started in May. The Ministry of Water and Environment, Department of Meteorological Services, has urged farmers to utilize climate information.
We gave information whereby we're still in these dry conditions, which is like to persist up to around late August, and from there we expect to start experiencing the season rains. But just some things more that we expect an El Nino situation during this year, so that means we are likely to have enhanced rainfall towards the end of this year. So we are just preparing for this period, but as well looking forward that we are likely to have a lot of rainfall as the year will be ending.
The principal meteorologist at the Ministry of Water and Environment, Haji Abubakar Kalema, says climate information reduces weather-related losses. He was speaking during an engagement with officials from the districts benefiting from the Uganda Climate Smart Agricultural Transformation Project, funded by government with support from the World Bank.
To downscale the forecast information and co-produce the advisories together with these district experts. So we have experts from different departments at the district, and these districts, some of them include Nakasongola, Gomba, Mutambala, we have and many others, and Nakaseke, so they're quite a number. So all these districts, we brought their experts from different departments, which include a production department, and natural resources, we have water and health departments. So all of these ones, what we did, we were able to downscale the forecast and prepared for them. Then for them, they came up with the expertise to come up with the advisories. What should the people do? How can we help our people not to be affected by the predicted weather?
Farmers have therefore been urged to use affordable irrigation technologies to produce food.
You were here some time back when the president was demonstrating how to use bottles. Bottles are just waste which is just there, degrading environment. But these farmers can use these bottles. Instead of looking at them as waste, farmers can use them to irrigate, to water their plants.
until the rain comes. But if they don't have information, farmers will not know that with a bottle you can water your plant, you can water your coffee until the rain comes. So there is no resting. When we rest, we shall have hunger, we shall face hunger.
The Uganda Climate Smart Agricultural Transformation is a 6-year project implemented by the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries in 69 selected districts to increase agricultural productivity, enhance market access, and build climate resilience for smallholder farmers.
Mbuya Parent School has hosted an AI and Innovation Expo where pupils, parents and teachers are showcasing innovative solutions while promoting skills needed for the digital future. The expo was on the theme moving from users to creators.
At the school sports arena, the expo highlighted pupils' innovation to solutions in agriculture, climate resilience, garbage collection, business and security, and many others.
Making sure that our children are given a foundation on which they will stand to embrace AI positively and be future job creators, not future job seekers.
Learners also demonstrated skills in creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, coding, communication, curiosity, problem solving and digital literacy. Headmaster Isiko Moses said the school is embracing artificial intelligence and urged parents and teachers to support children in adapting to AI.
When schools prepare these children very well, they will be joining their secondary level. And should those secondary schools actually do what we have done at this level, they will support their children to ensure that they do all it takes to suit in the changing world.
Parents applauded the initiative, describing it as a practical way to prepare children for tomorrow's world.
They are equipping our children with a skill that will enable them even in the future, that will help them to overcome home challenges.
When we are thinking of the future or the tomorrow or the learners of tomorrow, we require to give them core skills.
We are grateful that you're helping our children not just to learn to cram an answer, but to learn, understand and use the knowledge.
Pupils expressed pride in developing solutions that address real-life community challenges.
When I leave school, this knowledge I've acquired will help me to build other modules and I will be self-employed.
This skill I have will help me in future, like maybe I'm looking for a job and I don't have a job. I can make these products, sell them and make some money.
To the shopkeepers, this is an advantage whereby you reduce on the money you spend paying workers, because you're not going to pay the machine. So you can put the machine, as it is working, it gives you time to be doing other specific projects.
Thank you for that report, and that brings us to the end of tonight's bulletin. Thank you so much for your audience. My name is Maureen Babidie. We bid you good night.